Hey, what's up? This is King Vox, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the Necromancer. We're going to go over both of the specs, Reaper, as well as Scourge. So, and I might do this for just about every other class. Now, mind you, this isn't going to be too in-depth. I kind of just want to show some new players some general gameplay of it. So, first I get switched to necro, but my necro is definitely I'm definitely not spec properly because I have all my Scourge gear. I just really put this on just to have a weapon there, and as you can see, I'm full. For people that don't know what these stats are, these are Viper stats mixed with some sinister accessories. And the reason for that is because, well, it's the good damage. It's the best damage in the game. So rarely anyone ever plays Berserker anymore, and it's a mixture of power and condition damage. So we're gonna fight this guy as Reaper. We can actually try to get both of them actually here if they want to, or all three of these guys. Wait till they get into a big group and then hit Rye, and it gives you incredible damage reduction. Like, it's crazy how Necro already has, you know, over 20k health with like any gear. Like at full Berserker, just about. Well, yeah, pretty much in full like damage stats, we have over 20,000 health. So, and then this is something I love about Reaper. Like, not only do we have that, we have 16,000 life force and Reaper form, which they have to go through. So we're gonna actually, I guess, do this event. We'll help you, bro.
What was that?
So another thing, like, I wouldn't say that Scourge is better than Reaper or Reaper is better than Scourge. They both have like their upsides. Like, look, you're going to feel a lot safer in Reaper, but as a Scourge, you're going to feel a little bit more potent when it comes to condition damage. But I think for power damage, Reapers are definitely king, but Reapers can do condition damage as well. I never actually played a condition Reaper. I just like massive hits, especially like with the Great Sword. And the Great Sword auto attacks is not far behind other things like Dagger and Axe. So if you love the nostalgia of like just having a massive sword or something like that, there's nothing wrong with that. So as you can see right now, I am cleaving everything to death. And right now I'm in Reaper Shroud, so they have to get through all of this before they can even do damage to me. And it does tick down, but you have a lot of skills to make it just like go completely crazy. And I'll show you this right now. Life force from so much stuff. So I'm already back to 10,000 and I can start AoEing again. And that's probably the coolest thing about Reaper is their AoE. And I mean, all Necros AoE. They're pretty much the king of AoE. I don't really know a class that can AoE stronger than Necros, to be honest with you. So I guess I'll go over some skills after this. But I just wanted to show some new players some gameplay. This thing. I like to go, when you go into Reaper Shroud, like even PvP, RP, or single player, player versus environment, you want to fear them first and then hit your 4 so you get the full 4 off on them. But yeah, that's Reaper, and here are their skills. Your soul is mine, which is, they're all shouts. And you have traits or whatever that make these shouts even better. But this one makes it so you're unblockable. Nothing can save you. Obviously, it's like, it's literally like, if you love to roleplay, like, you're gonna love this because the names are just so funny. And then it's like Suffer. And Suffer is really dope because it puts chill on everyone, and it, like, chill makes people run really slow. So if someone's running around in circles of you, acting all crazy, you just like, chill out, bro. And it's a massive AoE. It hits 5 targets. It's really nice. And Rise is awesome. You kind of want to use Rise when you have a bunch of mobs next to you, because it summons a bunch of more minions. And if you're running a Minionmancer, oh man, it's so much funner to run it as a Necro than Reaper than anything else. So boom, I just used that and it just summoned a bunch of those guys. Let me put down this. Then I'm gonna spin inside of it. And as you can see, the poison from your 4 alone is just really nasty. So if you get some actual more duration on poisons and specialize on poisons, Reaper can be really ridiculous, as well as bleed too, because the bleeds are really ridiculous as well. So that's kind of Reaper. Reaper feels really safe because you have this shroud to go in and out of. And if you've ever seen, I actually have a PvP video of my Necromancer, I believe, as a Reaper, a well Reaper. And it's really dope, and it's an open world and stuff like that, and I'm just fighting a bunch of people. It's really funny. Alright, so we're gonna go back to Scourge so I can actually show you that, and then I'll talk about the base Necro and why I think the base Necro is really dope too. And a lot of people just like completely overlook stuff like that. It's kind of sad. Oh, something's fighting me. Oh, this little cute guy. Hey, guy, what are you doing? I'm not even... Jeez. It's okay. Okay. Now let's go back in. So, I like sand surfing because one big wall is just way too cool. So, here we go. I'm going to use the actual... Scourge skills to kind of show you guys. They are really cool. Sandswell, I don't know which one. Serpent. I don't really use Serpent at all. Some people do use it. It unleashes ghostly Serpent. Matter of fact, I'll just show you what this skill actually does in it. The Reaper ultimate is probably one of the coolest ultimates ever, dude. It's just so cool, and it does a crap load of damage. I switch out from the base ultimates or whatever. Like, well, I don't use Lich Form anymore because I feel like Lich Form is it's too dangerous. You go into it and people, you're basically a sitting duck. Now it does increase your health by a crap load, but man, it doesn't even matter, bro. Like, it doesn't matter because people right now have capabilities of doing so much damage. And Reaper form, this right here, the Lich form, it doesn't have anything else. Like, it has stability, but it really needs to have like protection or something like that. Because nowadays, you go into this sucker, man, and game over, bro. You get McWaddled, bro. I'm not even joking. And the stability is not enough, like, because everyone targets you. It's just not enough. The form kind of needs some love. It's right now, it's pretty much dead. No one really uses it. You can't even stay in back line because the range isn't that far. But it is nice. They redid all the skills and stuff like that in it, and it feels really dope. Just not in like Zerg situations or PvP, because players take advantage of the weaknesses of it really fast. Okay, so here we have Scourge, and I'm about to show you guys how Scourge kind of plays, and I'll show you all the skills. Like, it's just really crazy, like how many conditions you can just like put on things. So that first one died under there. So yeah, Scourge is definitely the go-to if you want to feel more like a Necromancer type situation. But I mean, if you don't like base Necromancer, Scourge is like a really good support as well. But you don't support like a typical support or anything like that. That was weird. That guy knocked me up. Right? You don't support like a regular support, which actually heals people and doesn't do any damage or anything like that. Like, you support by doing damage and putting like a small barrier on your team and stuff like that. Like, well, actually nowadays some necros actually do get like a full support build and just like barrier people up, but I don't like that. Like, I don't dislike them doing it, but I don't want to do that myself. I don't play this class to support. I like to do lots of damage, so that's typically what I do. And then the support that they get is just what the skills can base do by themselves. So I'm gonna put my ultimate on these guys, and that guy just like kited them out. But let's put this over it. Whoosh. Oh man, so this is kind of Scourge. This is Scourge play, and actually, let me change my. Where's my focus? Oh, I have my focus there the whole time. Okay. Actually, I have to kill this guy. Alright. He's dead, and we'll get that back. I can't believe I have my focus in there, but here's the Scourge specialization weapon, which is a torch. I kind of wish they take the specialization weapons away and to just make them the class's base weapons, because a lot of the weapons are really dope, and it would be so cool to use the torch in a regular Necromancer without a specialization. So I guess after this I'll show you guys. Now all necros are kings of like AoE. That's just like a fact. Like, they're just so dope when it comes to AoE and open world situations. Like, when you go into like meta battles, not meta battles, but in metas, which are these massive like loops and circle of events, you just throw down your wells at everything, and now you can throw down your shades at everything as well. So you have like double ground you can reach. It's almost as good as the engineers what you call it, flamethrower. But as you can see, you can kind of consistently just like keep throwing out stuff. It's really nice. We're just following them so I can show you guys more stuff actually. But you have sand swirl, which sometimes it can allow you to teleport on top of stuff. Not always, but sometimes it does, which is very weird. Like, I don't really understand it. Like, it's very weird, but sometimes you can teleport in places like that. But I guess I can't because I suck. I don't really know how those people are doing that, but that was kinda cool, kinda. But you can go back and forth through this, so it kind of gives you that Warlock Gate feeling type of thing. And then you have the Serpent Skill, which is, I don't really use the skill a lot. Let me show you guys. I use this skill, Desecrate, and this skill is really cool. Draw in vital energy from your foes to gain life force. So this skill gives you a nice amount of life force. It's like 10% per thing around you, but I already have a bunch, so let's try to waste a lot of life force. Okay, there we go. So we only got one person next to us though. They're so spread out. Alright, so we got 3 little weird zombie things over here. Mummies, my bad. We're gonna use it. Boom. Well, anyway, it should have gave me like 30%, whatever. I think that's about what it gave us, but we're gonna use it again. It's really nice when you have all 5 targets like cluttered up on you. I'll try to get it going here. Alright, we're using it. Boom. It almost gave me half, so that's definitely working. But necros are known for being really tanky. Like, look right now, I almost have, well, I had just about over 10,000 not life force, but barrier, right? So we don't have life force to go off like Reaper, where Reaper can just have all this life force to hide inside. We just have barrier with Scourge, but Scourge puts out a little bit more potent damage, I guess. Like, well, to be honest, they both have damage, and they're both in very unique ways. You know what I mean? Like, so the cool thing about Reaper is with a crit build with full berserker, you can kind of keep your life force maxed out, because you get life. You have a build where you get life force on crit, so like when you AoE, you just instantly fill up all your life force. So it feels like you have unlimited health, because people have to go through that whole thing to even get to you. Alright, so look at the AoE. Like you can't really deny it. It's really crazy. So we're just pretty much, these guys are like literally in the meat grinder right now, and although they keep pushing me down, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm going to throw them. Boom, throw some more damage over there. Throw another one of these. They should all be dead soon. Okay, so throw this down there. Now I'm gonna show you guys the base Reaper form, and some people might be saying like, why would you want to play base Reaper? Now let me tell you, base Reaper is probably the only true long range necro like build. Like, I mean, you can range with this stuff, whatever, but if you're in Reaper form, right? If you're in Reaper form, you can't really. You gotta use your Sprout, like, and your Sprout is melee. So, and if you're a Scourge, I guess you can do this, but you can't really do this as power. But in base Necro, you can go. Whoa, what is going on here? Okay, some stability. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Things are just completely going crazy over there. Go back in, drop all the big nukes. All the big nukes. Look at that barrier, guys. Look at that barrier. I have like over 30,000 effective health. That's crazy. So like Reaper, just all the Necromancer. I know I keep saying Reaper or whatever because all of it, like, I don't know. I feel like no matter what it does, it's still a Reaper. Because of now, I'm just like stuck onto that, but I'm gonna start just playing Necromancer. All the Necromancer specs are like very tanky. It's like if you want to be like a caster class, like a mage class, but you still want like a crap load of survivability, definitely this is the class for you. Let me see. This guy should be dead soon. This is actually pretty fun. Okay, so we did that, and I don't think we're in some type of meta or whatever, but let's try to switch really fast. All we really have to do is take off this, and I guess we go with Spite. Do increased damage to foes with no boon. Focus and axe skills recharge. Okay, we can do that actually. Yep. Okay. Oh, that's dope. Okay, that's what we want, and yes. Okay, so I'm about to show you guys how I build just the regular Necromancer, and I usually go with the Wells because Wells are just so dope, and they do a crap load of damage. And then usually this last skill I shuffle out with several different things. Now, one is convert Boon, right? Just because, oh my goodness. So transfer boons on your foe into negative conditions. So this is what I use versus like guardians and stuff like that if I were to be PvPing. Sometimes I'll use Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend is your highest damage per second pet. It's just something a little extra there. A lot of times Spectral Armor for the protection and the Sunbreak, and you will need it. Trust me. It's like, it's really nice to hit this and then go inside of your Reaper form because you do gain life force when taking damage. 8%, which is 1,300. So also I use Epidemic, and this skill is awesome. When you're in large parties and you have a lot of condition players, when your condition players go in there and they condition people up, and you hit this thing, man, it just spreads every single condition to all the other people, and it's really crazy. It's outrageous. It actually, like, to see the numbers that you get from using this skill. Sometimes I use Poison Cloud if there's a bunch of annoying range characters, because it eats projectiles. So you just throw it down and it just completely, like, takes them away. A lot of times I use one of my signets, and my favorite one is this Locust, just so you can run faster. No brainer there. Also, if you're doing power, you can also use this to improve your power if you want to. You don't really have to. They buffed it so it does a lot of damage when you actually use it, so it's kind of like a mini nuke. I don't use Signet of Undead because I just don't res people. I'm rude. I just don't res people. You have all your wells here. You have all your pets. Your pets are really cool for Minion Master type builds, but I like going Reaper for those builds, so we're just going to stick with that. And then for my ultimate, to be honest, there's not a lot to use. Usually we use Lich Form, but I'm trying to tell you guys right now, Lich Form gets dunked on, but I'm gonna use it anyway for you guys. Let's see if yeah, there we go. I have my focus here, and this is the cool thing, but I'll go show you somewhere else where there's more mobs to kill. Why am I running when I can literally be running on my mount, right? So we'll try to gather all these guys up, right? Come on, I'm just trying to get them to come back over here, but it seems like they don't want to. But Reaper, this is not Reaper, this is just regular base necro. And I'm not even in a berserker. I'm not even in berserker right now. I don't have reduced cooldown on my Death Shroud, but they get Death Shroud, and Death Shroud is like a long range version of the Reaper Shroud, which is so dope. Let's see if we can just play this guy out. So if I was full Zerker, these hits will be hitting anywhere from like 3 to 6k, somewhere between that. So it's really fun because these things actually pierce and they go through and they mat truck people, man. This is kind of like really crazy. And then you still have the health that they have to go through here. You see what I'm saying? Like, they still have to go through 16,000, and that's based on your health. So the more health you have, actually, the better. So if I were to go like the build I'm going on my engineer with this character, oh my goodness, I would have so much health. I would have like 36,000 health for some crazy stuff like that. And all the Necromancer specializations and the base Necromancer, they all have really good damage where you don't have to really worry about stacking too much damage. You just get a little bit to favor whatever you're trying to do, and you do really good. Now, raiding and all that stuff and hardcore PvE is a whole different story. Like Fractals is fine. You can go on Fractals, you won't be judged. But when it comes to raiding, you kind of have to build to the meta. Especially as a necro, if you don't build to the meta, people will kick you. Like, that's the one sad thing about this class. But it gets pretty outrageous and tanky in every other field. Like, I just love doing Fractals. Fractals is my thing, and it's because I don't like raids. It's just, I've done enough raiding on other games. I don't really need to raid here. I didn't think this game needed raids. I think they just needed to perfect Fractals, and I think the game would have been great. I mean, it's still great. It's still a really good game, but I just like Fractals. I would love to see some more stuff added to Fractals, you know. So that's my whole take on it. Also, let's see. So, oh, did I show you guys the wells? Let's actually, I wish I can gather some mobs up. This isn't really a good example because these mobs aren't really too hard. And this is kind of like what I really love about this class. Like, look at this. Sorry about my nose, guys. My nose is very stuffy this morning. Fear. As you can see, I believe it's hitting both. It's just not critting on them. But when you're Berserker, it's really dope. Now, if you guys want to see me play all 3 of the specs and structure PvP, just comment down below. And also, I will make a class video on all the classes and all the specializations in the future. Really, the only thing that's holding that back is the want for it. So if you guys comment down below what classes you guys want to see, name the class specialization, because it's going to be kind of too hard to go through all the specializations in one video, unless you want something really general like this video. So I can't get up there because I don't have that rabbit mount thing. This is a sad day. Alright guys, this has been King Vox. Like and subscribe for more videos.